Okay.
This is our last video together in this house.
Yes.
Why?
Ever. Because I'm moving in 3 days.
3 days. Oh my goodness. This house is in such an upheaval. But this man is the most organized creature I've ever experienced.
Yes, it's true. I'm organized with all my furniture and everything. It's all put together. I'm ready to go. And I did it early too.
He did it all by himself. The front room has box after box after box, right?
Yes.
You're going to almost sing farewell to...
Bye, Izzy. See you later.
Okay, so I just thought we could just chat about life.
Okay, tell me. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, we have had how many moves in your life?
Wait, let me count. Okay. So when I was a baby, I was 2 when we moved to New Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm. You were born into our condo.
Yes, I was 2, and I vaguely remember driving there.
You do?
Vaguely, like the tiniest memory. And I was scared of the dark, and then Satan would grab my feet in the car or something.
I remember we kept
religious issues.
For Timmy and Sarah, we kept on the light in the car as we drove at night.
Yes, because it was I don't know, the desert maybe. It was the middle of nowhere, and it was all dark. So I was literally scared that Satan would pop out somewhere.
Do you have any other memories from that trip?
And then we got there, and I would pick up ticks. I remember that.
Okay, we have to explain. All right, we lived, when we first got there, in an efficiency that the rug was tick...
The carpet, the actual carpet.
The carpet was tick infested.
And thank God, that we didn't get any kind of Lyme disease or anything, thank God.
Thank God. Baby Timmy
That's really bad.
Became our tick annihilator.
Yes.
Right?
That's so responsible of you guys. You let me pick up ticks. Oh my gosh, I would pick them up and then squish them in
you
toilet
would go
paper.
Put them in the toilet.
And I'll squish them and then put them in.
Do you remember?
And you would let me.
No, because I thought it's better that you get a hold of this thing rather than let the ticks crawl all over you, right? And hurt you.
Thank God that, we were safe somehow.
Do you remember anything else from that house?
It was small.
Yeah.
It was a 1-bedroom, right?
Yeah.
But it had a big living room, very big.
Uh-huh.
And the kitchen, I remember Daddy trying to cook, and then he almost started a fire. And there was a centipede in our butter once.
Yeah.
This was an infested house, y'all. A centipede in the butter.
And I was the bug killer of all time, right?
Yes.
Yes,
always. You just smash all the spiders.
Because what would if Daddy would try to kill a bug, what would happen?
He would try to aim, and then it would just take forever, and it would just leave, right?
He would try to aim it, but I just took off my shoe and just no fear. And what else? All right, from that house, anything?
I remember my Barbies. Well, I only had a couple in that house. And yes, but the next house I had a lot of Barbies because that house was better, and we were better off in the next house.
Yeah. So the next house we lived there for 6 years. The first one we lived for 2 years.
Yes. No, 6. I thought it was 7 years.
No, 6.
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Why?
Because when we left the first house, I was 4.
But don't you remember?
And then when we left the second house, I was 11.
No,
so
we were 11 when we went to Kenya, but we spent a year
in between people's houses.
In people's houses.
I'm grateful that they took us in, all those people. But thinking back, I'm oh my gosh, if I was them, I would be so overwhelmed with a family of 6. Yeah, so thank you for all the and thank you to all those people that took us in, because it was a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
We've had quite a weird life, right? Because we were on our way to Kenya, and we were homeless until we actually got the money to go. Right?
Yes. Oh my goodness, it has been a weird life. Okay, we've been homeless for a month, for a few months.
No, for almost a year. All right.
But not on the streets. We always had a bed to sleep.
No. Actually, for about 6 months, because 4 months with our friends, and then about 13 weeks in a motel room.
13 weeks. I loved it. Like, let me just say, I got donuts every morning. I got fast food, dollar menu every meal. I was a happy kid. Let me just say, I didn't mind. Back then, no. Nowadays, I would mind because I need my own space. But back then, I was so happy. I was like, just fine with it.
And before the weather turned, do you remember before it got cold? We were, well, it was kind of cold, so we were the only ones that used the pool, the motel pool.
Yes.
And, all right, Jose would not participate, but me and the four kids and I guess you would say. Who cares, right?
Cares?
Okay, well, I was your homeschool teacher.
I learned so much. I actually did learn a lot.
It's amazing that I've even had kids graduate from college and
Not
become,
me.
and become nurse, right?
Yes, amazing. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, and I taught them to read.
Yeah.
I got them on their way. Okay, but anyway, back to, oh yeah, the motel. So we would, the four kids and I, we were the only ones at the motel because it was starting to get cold.
Yes.
But we would brave the cold, and we had so much fun because there were stones, big stones, all around the pool. So we would take 40 of them and throw them into the pool, and then have a race to see who could get the most.
Yes, that was so fun. Was it allowed though? I don't know.
No.
But it was so much fun. Those are good memories.
And then the weather turned.
I don't remember.
And then we were just stuck in the motel.
I don't remember.
Motel room, and yeah, you blocked it out.
I'm traumatized!
And we were just stuck in there watching TV because we couldn't homeschool because all the homeschool books were in boxes waiting.
Yes,
to be sent
and so
to
I was
Kenya.
like off of school at that point. Like I was like taking a big break, and then I carried on afterwards.
And then the money came in to go to Kenya, so that was our big. What did you think in your little 11-year-old mind? Were you scared?
I wasn't scared. Okay, I was like excited because I was just like naive. Like I didn't know that we would be in like the poverty area in like a good house, but like we were in like the poverty area, not the city.
No. Honestly, only all right over there. We were in a middle class area actually, because
our house was like fine with the gate
and
around
we
and
had
everything.
gates around it.
No,
and
yes, but
then,
around us it was like
because only the richest of the rich live in a nice
in like the city
in like the city,
which is way more modern. And so I didn't realize that like like that would be like the situation. And so like moving there,
I've been picking my leg and it's bleeding. Oh well.
graphic censored. No, yes, I was excited, and then we got there, and I was so homesick at first that I felt sick.
Oh,
and then
no,
you guys
dragged
me.
No, it wasn't that. On the plane, you got.
I started getting homesick. No, I started getting homesick.
It was homesick that caused
I think it was all homesickness. Like it gave me.
He got
like an upset stomach.
He got literally sick.
No, but I didn't throw
He
up
was
or like
always
anything.
nauseous.
No, but I wasn't nauseous. I had like an upset stomach of like nervousness, I think, from like being homesick. Does that make sense? There's like
But
a difference.
we didn't know that.
But I thought that it was just like being sick. But like looking back now, I think that was just homesick.
So we took him down the street to this clinic, and what happened?
Which, by the way, seemed so unsafe and unsanitary.
But it wasn't. It was a very good clinic.
I didn't even know if they wore gloves.
It was. They were good. Anyway.
It was a scary situation.
No, but it fixed you.
And then they gave me a butt shot.
Oh
and
my
I remember
goodness.
screaming.
We had to hold him down because he was screaming. Right?
Because it's a butt shot that hurts. And yeah, thank God though I'm fine. And it was
it took away the nausea.
It was a placebo effect. I swear.
Really?
I swear. Because I wasn't sick. No, I wasn't sick.
Well, as far as I knew, it took away the nausea. And then later on, when I got a nausea feeling, is that how you say it?
Well, that was like malaria or
nauseous?
something. Wasn't that malaria?
I got a nauseous feeling. Is that the
Just
word?
a feeling.
And or something.
Maybe
I
you're
was so
homesick too.
nauseous. And this is months later, and the butt shot worked for me.
Yes. But it gave you like a cyst.
It gave
her,
me an egg.
That's what she called it.
The egg.
It gave her this like giant hard lump on her ass. It was like this big, and it was a cyst. I think it was a cyst from the shot. So that's scary.
And then living in Kenya, what was that like for you? Homeschool for the most part, right?
Yeah. That was fine.
Doing it?
I did it most of the time. No. Okay, living there, it was fine most of the time when we were inside. When we left the house, it was sometimes scary because oh my goodness, I was almost kidnapped once. The food wasn't great, but I'm grateful for it. It was a lot of weird things.
All right, finally, in the last months when by the time that we knew we were going to move back, we invented a dish. Do you remember what
you guys ate it? I never ate that disgustingness. It was called patuna, which sounds like a private part.
We took...
Oh my God.
Excuse me. They had really nice tuna there. Canned tuna, it was like...
Yeah, but
really
I'm not a big fan of tuna.
But it was good tasting tuna. It was white meat. So we would take a can of tuna, and by the way, we had no can opener, so I had to open it every time with a knife, right?
Yes, which is so dangerous.
I learned how to open it with a knife. And then you put with it a bag of potato chips. Their potato chips were okay. They were had a different texture.
I liked the chips.
And then we would put it together with that, and then put hot sauce, because the mayonnaise was not good.
It wasn't mayonnaise.
And we lived 45 minutes from Nairobi, and it was so hard to get there that to get Hellman's mayonnaise or a different kind that we were used to, forget it. So
that was gross. I never ate that.
So we had hot sauce, potato chips, and patuna. You might want to try it. It's delicious.
Yes. Right? Well, no, not me. And the ice cream there.
Oh, yeah,
ice cream
bars.
Bars?
On a stick. We get ice cream on a stick.
We'll get the tubs of ice cream.
Oh, we would?
But yes, I don't know what you're thinking of. Disney World?
Oh, and do you remember once for my birthday you made me pizza?
Yes, I was about to get to that. The cheese
was disgusting.
In Kenya.
Ugh.
The thing is that I think it was more natural or something like that. It all tasted like wine. It always tasted like wine.
Yes, it did.
I don't get it. Like the cheese tasted like wine. Like how do those even connect? I don't know.
It's the truth.
I can't.
I know, it was the truth.
Right? Wine.
So they worked so hard making me pizzas, 4 pizzas for my birthday, right?
Each of us made one because we're pigs.
Each of them.
And we always think with our stomachs.
And then none of us liked it because the cheese...
And it just rotted in the fridge. I remember it was in there for a long time. And we would eat a lot of avocado toast before it got popular on Tumblr.
Yeah, that's
because now it's really popular.
We invented it.
But I don't like it though. But yeah, now it's really popular.
Oh, and then the kids would have contests because we did have access to a lot of potatoes. You had contests.
Potatoes are iconic.
You had contests to see who would make the best hash browns.
Yes, and Sal always thought that she won, but she never did. She always cut hers too small, like tiny little cubes. Mine were the best. And they still are.
And then one time we had, we finally found hamburger meat, and we were so excited because we went to Nairobi, got hamburger meat.
Really?
And we were so excited that we were
going to
make
have burgers?
We were going to make it, and then they had the weirdest texture.
Yes, I remember. Oh my God, it was like mushy. It was
disgusting.
It was like way too ground up to the point that it was like a paste, I think, right? It was like a mixed paste.
It was, yeah. But
I'm very grateful, and the food there is fine. If you're used to it, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. It's just that we weren't used to it.
And Jose and I would go off on little missionary trips into the bush and stay in huts with the Maasai and with the Luos, and it was so much fun. But the kids never experienced that. But when we would go there, we would have good food. When we went to Luo,
because it was all actually cooked by people. It wasn't cooked by us. And we didn't know how to cook that food.
And ugali.
They knew how to cook that.
Do you remember what ugali is?
Ugali is like what is it? Like a pasty, floury, just blob that you dip in the thing.
It's like a breakfast cereal, farina type of thing, made with wheat or corn that was in a mound, and then you take it and you use it to sop up your...
I would say it's like a mixture of mashed potatoes and bread. It's like if they had a baby, it would make ugali, and that's not a good combo.
But anyway, we got to like it. When they would treat us like kings and queens when we would go, and they would the most generous people in the world, and they would give us like fish. Well, in Lululand, they were close to Lake Victoria.
Ooh.
And so we had plenty of fish and ugali and very good. And then it was a real treat to get goat. But
ooh, I remember the taste of goat. Like, oh my god, I can't. It was so greasy. Goat is so greasy.
I'm sure you would grow accustomed, but
I'm sure that, you know, like it's fine for like.
Okay, so when Daddy
like
came back from one of his trips and told us that we were moving back to the United States, when Daddy and I decided to move back, what did you think?
I just remember being happy, but I don't like remember vividly that part. But I would make like a photoshopped pictures of us. I'm on a plane and I'll put like the date. And yeah, I was excited. I remember like doing that.
Oh, and Timmy started doing his parodies when we were over there.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember?
On our like old ass camcorder. Yeah, it was some Christian song that I parodied.
But then you had a you Photoshop. I mean, you did our dog and everything, right?
Oh yeah, I like. Oh my god.
You had him as the devil.
Yes, something like that. He was kind of evil, but rip.
No,
I loved him, but I have so many scars from him.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Literal scars.
But what other? Oh, when we moved there, do you remember what everybody got to pick out? What kind of from American we shipped it over? What you wanted your room to look like?
Oh, wait, that? Oh yes, okay. It was all Spider-Man and like High School Musical.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what were you getting about?
No, it was about the food that he would bring back from his trips here.
Daddy would bring back candy and what else?
Oh my gosh, I remember.
From America.
He would always bring back us
videos.
each a can of Pringles, and it was like luxury to have Pringles.
Oh, that's right.
And he would bring me back like with my birthday money, and he would like buy me all the things that I wanted, like all the CDs that I wanted, and then bring it back for me, and I was so excited. I remember those were like the best days ever. When he came home, because we would eat so much. We would just pick out.
Do you remember the TV shows that we watched over there?
America's Next Top Model. That's how I got into it, and now I've seen every season like twice. Tyra is my queen.
Oh, and then Veronica Mars. Kevin Hill. And then, do you remember we got into
Secreto de Amor.
We got into a Spanish soap opera that because Kenyans speak English was dubbed into English.
Yes.
And so we were addicted to this.
I loved it. Oh my god, it's so dramatic.
And then we moved back, and
then we moved here.
Well, first we lived in two different places. We lived
but they were in between.
In between while we were looking for a home. Moved here.
Then we moved here. It was fresh and new.
Fresh and new. Now it is crusty, but we're getting it fixed. It's okay. We're getting it fixed up.
It's getting fixed
up.
As
soon as Timmy moves all of his stuff out, which is on.
Get out, Timmy.
Then Sarah soon will be moving her stuff out, but we will fix it. We're getting a new AC. We're getting new carpets.
Toilet plumbing stuff. Yeah. Because they don't flush.
And then we're selling, and then our residence will be officially only California.
Each our own little thing.
And you're in Hollywood? Hollywood, Florida.
No, Hollywood. I'm an LA YouTuber now.
And Sarah's going to be around here. And then, of course, Lexi's with us in LA, and then Hannah in Virginia. But Daddy and I will still keep coming back because we go on our little road trips, right? So, just to finish this off, we're going to show you the room. No?
Oh, we are?
I was going to show the room.
Sure, go ahead.
Because I'm so proud of all of his organization. He did all of this by himself.
Thank you.
Okay, so will you do it because you know how to... Well, we decided not to show you the room because...
Not because of me.
Because Jose's in there and he didn't feel like he looked presentable, right? He's in his little shorts and stuff. So this is all for now. In this house, with Timmy.
Yay! Bye. Bye, house. Bye.